Welcome back to Global Football Insights, and it's good to be back after two episodes. Well, today is one for the books. We've got two Nigerian greats in the building. First up, my co-host, of course, midfield general, Captain Fantastic Sunday Oliseh, the man who led, fought, and scored one of the greatest goals in World Cup history. And joining him, well, you know the name already. You know the goals, the Yak himself, Yakubu Aiyegbeni. We're talking about 95 Premier League goals, Champions League hat tricks, Super Eagles heroics, and yes, the moments that made us laugh, cry, and even sometimes scream at the TV. So buckle up, guys. Legends are in the house, and nothing is off the table today. Welcome, guys. It's good to have you, Yakubu, and I must say, it keeps getting better for me as I'm in the presence of two legends of the beautiful game.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the introduction, and it's good to be here. Thanks to my skipper.
Yeah,
When the skipper called you, you have to answer.
of
Well,
course.
we are not on the pitch today, so I'm not going to be skipper. So
You're still my skipper.
instead of me
I
running
don't
after you
think.
today, you are going to help me here.
Yeah, you're still our skipper, of course. You are.
No,
All right. Yeah. So Yak and Sunday, it's been years you both shared the pitch together. What's the first memory that comes to mind when you think of each other as teammates?
I remember growing up, back in Benin, watching Sunday Oliseh, Taribo West, and this great legend.
no, this guy don't make me feel old today.
With
Growing up,
with Cano. I watched
Yeah.
these guys. I was like, I want to be like them. I want to be the same for people to watch me play for my national team. It's an honor, not because he's here today. It's an honor for me to share a dressing room with him, even speak to him.
Yeah.
He's a player. I always talk about players with leaders. I call them men. They are men when they play. They fight in the pitch. When it comes to football, they give everything. With experience, the way he addresses us, the way he speaks to us, it make we the young ones to become a man, and it's an honor.
Yaks, don't make me cry here, I beg.
No, no, no. It's true. I
Yeah.
remember my first training camp in I think in Port Harcourt or so in LA. In Port
Yeah,
Harcourt. And he mentioned one thing. Before we started training, was Shabu Amadu, late Shabu Amadu.
may so rest in peace. Yeah,
Then, it's so recipes, before we started training, we have to come together,
Yeah.
we pray. And he mentioned one thing. He was like, listen, guys. He said, I know you guys, you're young. When they bring you to the national team to play with the Super Eagles, we don't treat you like kids.
Mm,
We treat you like adults.
mm,
The way I speak to JJ Okocha or Taribo West or Finidi George, that's the way I will speak to you.
mm.
Don't think I'm here to pampering you guys like you're still young. For
Yeah.
them to invite you to play with us,
Yeah.
we treat, just know in your head you're adult.
Mm-hmm. You're men now.
That was the starting point. You're like, wake up, wake up. These guys, they're not here to joke. He's here now, he's calm. When it comes to training, he's very aggressive. I'm telling you.
I want to win, my brother. And I want to win, and I'm serving 220 million people. So,
So what
well,
was
For
it
for
me,
like
it's
me,
for
an
you,
honor.
Sunday? Yeah.
well, for me was that I already knew a bit about the Yak when he came in the national team. I used to win a lot of
Yeah.
duels. I had my own little
Yeah.
secret how to win the ball back. But there were two players that were always strong like walls when I went into duels with them. There was a Chidinwanu. The man is like a rock when we go into duels. And there's Uche Okechukwu. When the Yak came, and the first time I went into duel with him, Jesus, I look at this young man. This man is strong like the wall.
Yeah. Like a bull.
To push, like a bull, to push him off the ball was. So you always had to not only use strength against him, but also intelligence. I was so impressed with a young guy who came. He was very shy. The Yaks was very shy when he first came. So I just felt as a leader, it was my responsibility to make him feel, man, if you are here, it's because you have talent. When I see after what he became as a player, wow, Yak, I'll tell you to your face, I'm proud of you, man. You did well.
Yeah.
Oliseh, oh, what a goal!
All right, let's go light. The funniest Super Eagles locker room story you guys can share with us and with the fans.
I, I think Taribo West is quite funny. I don't know if I'm wrong, Taribo West. Pastor is a funny guy, he make joke, all the time. And I remember too, like, like they call the big boys. You don't sit at the back seat in
Oh,
the bus going for training. And I sat there, and Taribo came up to me and he's like, "Hey, young boy,
get up.
go to the front." Young boy, move. He was, it's funny, when they speak, make joke. But
Yeah.
when it comes to training, you see him. He doesn't make joke anymore. Skipper knows already. We had a
Oh,
game in Sudan where nobody think we're gonna qualify.
Mm.
yeah.
We train in Kanu. Yeah. Day before game, I chased the ball to the corner flag. As soon as I turned, it was West. I was like this. This guy, he forget the ball, he just smashed me.
Went into
And
you.
he was screaming, he was like, "Get up there, get up there." I was like, "Pastor, what? Come on, come on." I can't say anything, It
Yeah.
was, yeah,
The funniest part, Yax, is that he's a pastor.
yeah, it's a pastor.
The man
Yeah.
who preaches God to us off the pitch. On the
Yeah.
pitch, he's a bull.
He was like, "Stand up there. Hey, stand up." I was like, "Pastor, we have a game tomorrow." He just bounced, he just walked
Mm.
back to his defense.
The thing
Mm.
about Taribo was this: is that Taribo does not know how to differentiate training and game.
A real match.
The man is playing 100%. Like he works so hard. In fact, he was a training fanatic.
Mm.
Yes.
You remember now? Like sometimes we go to Sheraton when we were lodged at the hotel, and we'll get there after a hard training. Everybody will start taking lifts to
Yeah.
go to their rooms.
Rooms.
Taribo will go to the staircase and we start doing this jump up and down, running up and down, running
Yeah.
up and down.
Wow.
And then I will call him and say, "Hey, Tari, we get game." He goes, say, "Skipo, leave me, leave me, leave me." No, you leave him, you let him be, because and at the weekend he will perform. Now I have total respect for this guy.
I learn a lot from even Amokachi. When I
Mm.
see the pictures of you guys, when you guys 94 said,
Yeah.
I always say Amokachi on his WhatsApp story, I said, "These are men." I call them men because they fight. Skipo is there. He can fight, outside the pitch, with players.
Mm.
But when it comes to the pitch, that fight is gone
Yeah.
because he
You're a
wants he
team.
wants to win. When
Mm.
you have a captain, is a leader. You forget about we have issues outside, but when it comes to that pitch,
Yeah.
when you see the way we train, everybody wants to play.
Mm.
They don't care if you're my buddies. That's the difference between football now than back then. We
Yeah.
don't care if we're buddies.
Yeah.
You're my best friend, but when it comes to the pitch, I will smash you because I
Mm.
want to play.
Yeah.
Because I want to win.
Because I want to win too.
Even to add to that, you remember there was a game when you guys were preparing to go to 2000 Olympics, and then Bonfrejo used the national team and invited some players from the Olympic team to join us for some games.
Yes.
And my junior brother, who was going to the Olympics with you guys then, Baiki Azubike,
Azubike,
he
yeah.
was invited to a game with us. And we were training, and they put him on the opposite side against us. And I played my normal just training. Then, unknown to me, I hurt my own junior brother.
Oh
You
wow.
know, I was trying to take the ball from him, and then I scratched his leg. Now, when we went back to the hotel in the night, my mother came to say hello to us. And he saw my brother treating his leg, and he said, "How you take on this thing?" He said, "Nah, Skipper wound me." My mother went crazy.
Crazy.
"How you do to your brother? This is this." And I said, my mom, I said, "Look, him now man, Abi, he reach
Yeah.
pitch. I don't know now my brother again. Once we done the train, and that was the passion we had then. And my mother could not, even till today, she couldn't envisage that. How can you go hard on your own brother? I didn't know he was my brother anymore.
Brother, Azubike he play like him because we played together the under 23, so he plays like you too.
He has no
When
choice.
he played,
He has to.
he's always very, 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 very aggressive.
He has to pay bills, my brother.
In the national team, we had a great time, with you,
Yeah.
with JJ, with Amokachi was the coach then, because of his injury. But we have Infinity George and Ike Shirumo and players like Tijani Babangida. They're all funny, funny guys where after training we all sit together, we play what, just to catch cruise and everyone go to their own room. If you can bring back those memories, but
Mm-hmm.
it's gone. It's a memory where we will never forget.
Yeah.
It's a good memory.
These are memories that when I don't feel good, I just think about it,
You go back to
and I
them.
will laugh. Yeah, it's that's the touching part of it. In as much as at that time we all wanted to win, we were all focused, we were kind of like fanatical about winning results, and I think that's what made our generation different from every other generation so far. As you
Yeah,
said,
and the same. I think Mali too, Skipper. I don't know if you remember. We went to Mali. Is it Mali 2000, 2000 or so?
2000.
Mali 2002. Yeah, Mali. For me as a player, yeah, I was happy to even sit on the bench, to be there. Because when you look at the players, I always call it Skipper. I'll still call it Skipper no matter what. It's my Skipper. You understand?
Yeah.
My brother continued. Now, waiting that they call me
Yeah.
when I go now. Even now call
Skipo.
it. Some now call it Cochito Skipo. So what do I
What is that?
together?
I was on the bench, in that Mali 2002, I was on the bench. I played one game, the third place, which we won. We won the bronze and I scored.
And who
It
scored the goal?
was me.
Yeah.
The pass from the Vita Ekpema.
If to say you make mistake, forget saying that you know trouble for start.
I see. I remember the goals I scored.
I
Yeah.
would have been shocked because
I remember the goals I scored, but I still remember the one I missed.
Mm.
Don't, for example, at the World Cup
Mm.
in South Africa,
Yeah.
2010.
2010,
Yeah.
2010.
Mm.
Hey, if you're hooked on these incredible stories and want more epic insights, smash that like button. Subscribe now to our podcast channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Share with your friends and join our community on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, X, and Facebook for exclusive updates and more unforgettable tales. Now let's get back to the episode.
Don't worry, we'll
Let's be
get there.
realistic.
Yeah. We'll get there.
I think the ball came from Ayala.
Yeah.
I still remember. I'll never forget. It's like 15 years ago now, so
Mm,
I'll never forget that day till
long
now,
time.
long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But if I may ask one question, please, because I'm trying to get this through, and I know people at home will love to feel it, because I know you as a player that, as a striker, you get yourself into positions. Like you walk, no matter how they are marking you, when the pull out is there, you try to be in the box. So when that pull out came out, and you had already worked hard to free yourself, how did you miss it?
1 billion. I'll probably not 100%. It's like 1 million% in my head.
You already
I was
scored.
like, I scored already.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
I was like, I scored. I like to chew gum all the time.
Yes.
I chew
Yes.
gum
Are
all
you
the
Yes.
telling
time.
me?
So
Even on the bench, I
yes,
remember.
I chew gum.
And they make reference to that. They make reference to you chewing your gum too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I did chew gum a lot, Skipper. I did chew gum a lot. Then, as soon as Ayala passed the ball, squared the ball there, in my head, 100%, I was like,
Mm-mm.
go. Then, as soon as I touch it, my side, I didn't touch it properly. I knew already it was going out.
Ah,
I know I missed it. I was like, inside me was gone. My family, they were in the stand. There's a massive screen there, the
Yeah.
stadium, there's a big screen there.
Yeah.
They were showing the replay.
Mm.
So I was there, like, I was there watching the replay. I was
mm-mm.
chewing gum. Like, I was
Yeah.
smiling, but inside me, I was gone.
Yeah, yeah. And somebody who doesn't know you will think you're smiling because he's not
Yeah.
pulling you.
No,
Because you're not the only one. JJ is like that too. When JJ, like he lost his penalty in the Olympics against Brazil when he missed it, people were saying he was laughing afterwards. No, but
it
he's,
was, yeah.
Yeah.
it's like that.
Skipper is true now. Everybody have their own reaction. Even me, I
Yeah.
was there. I was watching the screen there. I was chewing gum, smiling. Inside me was gone.
Mm.
But
And
sorry to cut you short from this, but one thing that I found that was so great was that the ball came out, and for the love of your country and for your own self, you position yourself to finish.
Yeah.
And a man who's used to scoring, I can. It's totally understandable that you just felt this is just a tap in,
Yeah.
and then you missed it. But what I loved the most was that, in spite of that miss, you still had the courage to score again in that game.
Yeah.
Because that is something people out of negativity forget. After that miss, you still got yourself up. We played 2-2 at that game, unless I'm wrong, right? We played
yes,
2-2.
Yeah.
yes,
But you
correct.
scored, I think you scored the second goal, I think. the second goal. And so the great thing is that I found really, really great about you. And to hear you now say it the way you're saying it, you are making it clear that, look, I am human.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. It is for the sake of my own country. I was
Mm.
trying to help to score because no human being on earth, especially me that know you like my junior brother, you particularly, you will rather die than miss a goal for Nigeria. Because especially for Nigeria, maybe your club, no, but I know for Nigeria, you would rather die. Because I know that eventually I will let Toyosi take over because it looks as if me and you are trying to run the show. Is that in the history of Nigeria, you are the fourth highest goal scorer. You have scored, I think, 21 goals for Nigeria.
Yeah.
It's a country of 220 million people, and you are number 4. I beg.
Yeah. So let's come to the Super Eagles of today now, because that's the current drama that we're having to deal with. And just like you mentioned, tournament players were gunning for a tournament that looks like it's getting out of our hands already. Fresh off that 1-1 draw with South Africa, were you shocked or was it expected? How can both of you break down that equalizer, for us?
I watched the Rwanda one,
Okay.
the Rwanda game. I watched the Rwanda game. Yeah. First half were very, very poor.
Yeah.
Then second half
It was a bit
was
better.
much better than
Yeah.
the coach brought in 2 strikers.
Yeah. Desas and Narokudare.
When we look at the team, we have too many defensive midfielder. We don't have a creative midfielder.
Yeah.
If I play in this team, I will struggle to
To
score
score
goals as
goals.
well. I'm telling you.
Mm.
Because when you look at Osimhen when he plays, Skipper now we call him gra gra. He's fighting because he
Yeah.
knows already. He fight. When you see the goals they score,
The boy, they try. The
it's,
boy, they try.
yeah, the
He had
boy
to
they try.
hustle for them by himself.
They have to also
They try.
by
They
himself.
try.
If you play with Skipper, the boy, if you make runs, Skipper will pass and go there.
Mm.
If you play with
I for like
GJ,
play with this guy. Please.
yeah,
If forget ball tire because he's
you
a bit
said
run. He's a bit run.
like you remember Julius Agawa.
Agawa. Yeah.
Yeah, Julius Agawa, they there too, You will just pass there, you just put him. He likes to run. You just put him for him. Yeah, with this boy, he's strong. He likes to fight. He wants to help the team.
Yeah.
But we don't have a midfielder
Yeah.
who can pass the ball. We always pass the ball side.
Sideways.
And you see now, we're talking about me missing a goal. Now everyone they're talking about the captain, Akon. He scored own goal.
Yeah.
So what? I put it. So what? It mean to score that own goal. It
Of
happens.
course. Yeah.
It happens. We Nigerians, we have to understand. We are waiting to put blame on players, one player or 2 players. Or it's because of this guy will not qualify for World Cup. But being that pain, missing goals, I'm upset. I get insult. This boy, Edcon is a leader in that team. He's one of the leader. He made mistakes. South Africa, they pass better than us. We cannot do it. We cannot pass 6 passes. Pass 6 passes or 7 passes. When we pass the ball a bit, then we kick it long. We want to build a team. We cannot build a team like this where we don't play as a team. I don't like Skipper said, I don't know the kind of training they train
Yeah.
where you don't play. It's individual football we play.
Mm.
We want Lukman to make magic. We want Osimhen to make magic. We want the one who plays in France, who plays in the left side.
Simon
That
Moses.
is Simon
Simon
Moses.
Simon Moses. We want Simon Moses to make magic. When you look at the game, Simon Moses, it was the one doing everything in a Rwanda game. It was the one. He was one of the best players there.
That boy is extremely talented.
People, seriously, when you look at Nigerian national team, we use a lot of players. If you play one good game in Europe, they'll invite you to the national team. We change players all the time.
I think personally, if we start to discuss what is wrong with Nigerian football, I think we will stay here till next week. I'm in total agreement with what the Yaka said. We have a culture. I'm not trying to bash anybody, but it's a culture.
No.
It's a culture that's going on is that we love always attacking the victim.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are not going to lose out because he's looking almost sure now that won't go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Nigeria is not losing out because of just one error It's been errors from the past. We will be deceiving ourselves if we think that this Super Eagles or the national team exists in isolation from the country. The situation that is in the country is in your national team. But there is one place where I will fault the players. If you see a trend Yakubu has told you now today, he has been trying to explain to you that when we played together, it was always people like myself behind them. Come on, you were behind them, pushing them. The players have to know that you have to succeed in spite of the federation. So you have to do it yourself. You have to get yourselves together. You have to make sure that we are focused. Because at the end of the day, these players are not aware of the damage they are doing to themselves. You played almost 10 years for Super Eagles, and I didn't qualify once for a World Cup.
One World Cup, yeah.
How do you explain
Sad.
that to yourself when you stop playing? Because the ones who are going to miss out now, they already started playing for Super Eagles 2 years before 2022. So you missed 2022. Now 26 is coming. Another 4 years is gone.
Yeah.
You missed out. So the next
It's
4
gone, yeah.
so you've missed almost 10 years in playing for Super Eagles. And that is the damage they've done for themselves. So I am not trying to blame anybody, but I just feel that everybody has a portion of the blame.
Yeah.
And our solution is big. We're going to have to really sit down.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Very true. Well, still on the qualification, Nigeria sitting third in this particular group. We've just won 2 games out of 8 games, and that's why we have 11 points. We've scored measly 9 goals and conceded 7. Are we in crisis mode, or it's just early nerves? What's really missing from this squad? Is there any X factor that is also still missing in this squad?
I will give you a short answer to help us save the day. In all departments, we are not good enough. Simple. Let's not beat around the bush.
All right.
In all departments, be it the administrative part, the playing part, we are not good enough. When I hear something like it's been 30 games, the Super Eagles players have not been paid bonuses. Even if half of it is true, what are the players accepting that for?
In our days, no chance. No chance.
It cannot happen.
We're not playing.
It cannot happen.
No, you can't play when 30 games bonuses, don't get bonuses.
Yeah.
You play football, it's a job, it's a profession. You play football, it's a job. You have to get paid. For you to play, you play 30 games, no bonuses. That's crazy.
So in other words, that means that you are the ones paying to play, whereas you know that the government is making funds available for you to be paid. It's a different thing if I'm playing for a country that doesn't have the money to pay my bonuses.
Yeah.
Especially when you know as a Super Eagles player from our generation that when you come to the Super Eagles to play, any bonus or you get, you're going to leave it for your family and friends when you
You
play.
spend the money there
You spend the money
directly.
there.
I'm telling you.
You don't take £100 or dollars back home. So you spend
The
it there.
fans there, they'll be asking you for money. You know already. The hotel will be packed.
The hotel will be packed.
Asking you for money.
So if you know that you are doing all that already, so that means the bonuses you are playing for in the first place, you are serving Nigeria, but it's not as if you're taking money for yourself. But this is my entitlement. Give it to me, and then I will now give it to my family, friends, and all that. But if you deprive players for it, you ask yourself, at the end of the day, it's like the Yak said, it's your profession. You have to do something.
All right. So
You have to get paid. That's it.
Yeah. So how does this current Super Eagles team compare to your era's battles then? Do you think it's tougher now, or were your days harder?
Back in our days, we have men. Now it's different. Now we have too many bodies, too many friends. Even when the friend is not playing well, they don't bash themselves. If you want the best, you have to bash yourself. He's my friend. You have to fight him in the pitch. If you don't give me the ball, me and Yobo, we used to fight. Ask Yobo, Joseph Yobo. We used to bash ourselves. I was like, they see us the defender, they kick us for front. Kick her like that, chief. Then you swear me. I say, kick her like that. You say, go score. I say, yes, I'll score. If they not score, you two do the same. If we not fit score, not let them score you too. I say, kick them too. We fight. We're teammates. In club side, national team. We fight. Chidi or there, I bash him too. If you don't pass me the ball, I come after you. We want to see this. They're good players. Don't get me wrong. The boys, they're good players. We have, when you look at the list of players we have, in 4 years, most of them will be 31, 33, 34.
Yeah.
So they're past their peak. if we don't qualify for the World Cup now, so we have the next Osimhen in that World Cup to qualify. Then by then Osimhen will not be the same, you know.
Mm.
Osimhen now, you know, in football. The same Lukman, the same
Yeah.
Chukwueze, you know,
Yeah.
Iheanacho and others, Ndidi, you
Yeah.
know. They're
Or
all
it will
good
be.
players. By the time they
Yeah.
pass, it won't be 29 or 30 or
Yeah.
31 there. You see, they passed already. They have to like fight. Give and take, we have two games, but I don't see South Africa losing two games
Two
and they're playing
games.
at
Yeah.
home.
It's going
Yeah.
to be very difficult, but
It'll be very difficult. Let's be realistic.
but there is something that you said. I'm going to just give you an example also. There was a World Cup qualifier we were playing. And when we were playing that match, it was a bit difficult for us. And then JJ was doing his passing, dribbling, and all that kind of a thing. And he was losing the ball. And then Taribo start from the back. Hey, Skipo, tell him. Tell him. You know? And then he did an action and he lost the ball. And they
Yeah.
attacked us. Taribo took off from the back,
I'll chase it.
chased him. I had to run after Taribo and hold him, and then And then we got into the dressing room.
Yeah.
All hell went loose.
Mm.
From this, from that, you have to do that, and it was, and all this time the coach was watching us, huh?
Yeah.
When big players, when the elephants start to fight, you go drop back.
Yeah.
So the game was, and then second half we came out, then we played our football, then we won the game. The game was over. The manager came into the dressing room, Bofrejo, and he came into the dressing room and he saw Taribo and JJ laughing, talking, discussing, and doing things like that. Then he said, "You people,
Are you guys
I
not
will
just
never put part in your issue again. You all crazy people. You were killing yourself now, and now look at it.
Yeah.
But it was, he got the message.
Mm.
It's not, Taribo is not angry at JJ. It's just the aim. I want to win.
Yeah.
And JJ also himself thought, okay, maybe I'm doing a little bit too much. Let me wait. And then he upped his game. Taribo upped his game. We upped our game and we won the game. So these are the kind of mentalities you must have. We all have our own strong points and we have our weaknesses. But
Yeah.
you have to like control yourselves. And that's what made the difference. Hey, if you're hooked on these incredible stories and want more epic insights, smash that like button. Subscribe now to our podcast channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Share with your friends and join our community on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, X, and Facebook for exclusive updates and more unforgettable tales. Now let's get back to the episode.
Definitely. Let's go back to the glory days and to try and relive the past. Sunday, what was your first impression of this young striker coming in as at that time?
When he came in, after the training sessions, I knew that this one will help us. Because we had a problem most people didn't know, was that golden generation of 94 had so much force and pace going forward with Yekini and Amokachi that our game was too explosive and went forward. But when those two stopped, Daniel was forced to stop due to injuries, and Yekini, he had retired from the national team. We had players there, talented players, but we didn't have the force anymore.
Oh.
And that is what the Yak brought to us. That's
Kobo.
when Yakubu came, that pace came back, that strength came back. You knew you now had a player that you could send the ball forward, he won't lose it.
Yeah.
He was very humble, shy, but I cannot reveal it because he was always looking left and right. You are surprised I know now, Yakina. You are surprised.
Yeah. You know me finish. You know me finish.
Say that time as a senior brother, I must
Yeah,
You
you have
just
to be
monitor
observant.
the monitor. You just monitor everyone, their movement, as a skipper,
sometimes I will just, when I walk by to their rooms, I just tell me, boy, go sleep or you get match tomorrow. This kind of thing. So, but very respectful. In as much he was sometimes too respectful to the older guys, it's.
People think me and these guys were age mates. I think this guy is the same. We are not. I
No,
was just lucky. I was
Yeah.
lucky to play with these guys.
I beg, let's hide the age now. Otherwise, our kids are feeling old.
Oh, you're still looking good for your age, people.
Oh, thank you, my dear.
Don't
May
look
God bless
old.
you.
So from when I get a call from Bonfrey Joe, he said, "I invite you for the senior national to Super Eagles." I was inside me, full of honey. I was buzzing
Yeah.
like, yes, Super Eagles. These guys, they've been there. They've been the top players that are playing in the PSG, Borussia Dortmund. Juventus, Real Betis, Inter Milan,
Yeah.
Ajax, These guys, top names when you look at the Nigeria players back then, they're all playing it. Top clubs.
Yakubu, you just made me realize how much we have gone back.
Yeah.
Are you looking at the big caliber
The
clubs you are
number of
just calling now?
clubs. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's
And you
massive.
massive. When I think of it, you're calling Inter Milan, Juventus, and that's where we had players who were playing and carrying the Nigerian flag. Wow.
They play. This one they play. It's not like they sit on the bench. They play football
Best
like
team football.
Monaco,
Yeah.
Victor Ikpeba, African Footballer of the
the
Year.
year.
They're calling him Prince of Monaco, you see him, with his chain, with his,
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we're going to say something about Victor, is that in as much as Victor is like Victor is, but there's one thing about Victor. When Victor was in form, both because I played with him, we exploded the same year, 92
Oh.
in Football Club Liège. But
But
when
you guys fight a lot in training, huh?
Victor, no, I know. You mean national
Yes.
team?
Yes, yeah. In training, yeah.
If I don't do like that with Victor, you know him now.
Yeah.
If I don't do like that with Victor, there will be because other people felt that Victor was like one of my favorites because of our past. So it was like for me, no. Victor was extremely strong.
Yeah.
Playing for the national team, Super Eagles, with these guys is an honor for me. I was lucky, privileged to play with them. I'm telling you, they're one of the best.
Yeah. Reliving this with you guys, I'm already having fun, honestly. Like it's crazy for me. All right. So for each of you, your proudest Super Eagles moment and why. I know for Sunday, it will always be that Spain 98. It will always be there, up there. But for you, Yak, what's yours?
Skipper was going mad after that goal. Now. He was going...
Yeah,
Skipper was going crazy.
Yeah.
Skipper was going crazy.
You don't get to score goals like that all the time.
Yeah.
My brother, they are almost the game was being watched live by over 2 billion people.
Yeah, against Spain.
Against Spain,
Yeah.
because it was the late game, and they told us before the game that it was the top billing of the day. So to score a goal at that point, and especially what it meant to Nigeria now,
For Nigeria.
Yeah, your proudest Super Eagles moment.
Like from day one, I went to Mali 2002 Nations Cup. Every African player, you want to play in the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah.
But for me to be there in Mali, to play and to score, although we didn't win it, but it's a proud moment for me. Also, be at the World Cup. And we speak about the goals, the one I missed.
Let's talk about the one you scored.
The one I scored.
Life is too short to dwell on negative.
Yeah,
Let's talk about the one you scored for Nigeria, because you scored 21 for Nigeria.
Yeah, the one I scored.
21. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Not bad, eh?
How many years did you play?
How many caps?
About 10 years, 51.
51 caps.
I think,
about
51.
Wait. You were scoring every 2.5 games.
Every 2.5 goals, yeah.
No, every 2.5 games you were scoring.
Yes. So
now,
if it's not, they have to play many games now, not like before,
Yeah. We had lesser games.
Lesser games, And then the skipper back then, they used to when it's too far, they don't come. They used to dodge game. That's why.
No.
I'm joking.
My brother, as a captain, I didn't have that. I didn't have that. You're right, too. You're
There's
not.
some players dodge game back then.
Yeah, of course we know.
Oh,
but
the player dodge game. Yeah.
Yes, no.
Everybody wants to go home.
But that
was to go to Nigeria.
But my brother, that happened mostly after we retired.
Yeah, but retired. Yeah, but
after we retired, because I remember that 2006 generation, and I was seeing players dodging games, and I was asking myself, how can you dodge a Super Eagles game?
Some players dodge game for real. I don't want to go into details. When it's far, they don't want to go.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Nigeria, because they want to go home, yeah, they'll be there. But when it comes to away games, the travel distance is far. They got an injury. They don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't want to play, so they just dodge it. But when it come home, there, yeah.
There were even that players were avoiding some type of pitches too.
Because African pitch, we grow up is not It's not
It's
100%
not
okay,
friendly. Yeah.
It's not friendly, so you have to be ready.
My dear, the
You know,
pitches.
you go back to your club. You're not the same skipper. You're not the same yak anymore. It take you another
Yeah.
weeks to get
Yeah.
used to to get used to yourself.
Yeah.
And
But to answer your sis question, my proudest moment and
Yeah.
the greatest moment for me as regards achievement was
Yeah.
definitely scoring the banger against Spain. It's difficult goal to execute, technique, everything, strength. It was great. But the proudest moment for me was not that one. The proudest moment for me was the assist I gave Aminike to win the AFCON in 1994.
oh yeah, yeah.
That one was the
That
proudest for me
pass.
because
Yeah.
before that game, I was injured on my right foot.
Okay.
I had given a lot of assists, I think 3 or 4 of them already, to help us
Yeah.
to get to the final.
Yeah.
But before the final, I got injured against Cote d'Ivoire. The Cote d'Ivoire offensive, it fell down on my right knee. Unknown to me, I had a torn knee, the
Yeah,
ligament
Okay.
on the knee. It was a little
ligament.
bit like, they call it like a physio in French. It's like you got a crack, like a crack in the wall. I had it then.
Yeah.
But it was so
Yeah.
painful. So I took painkillers to play. So when I got the ball in the final and I dribbled the guy, I couldn't put it back on my right and play because my right foot
Just
was aching.
pass it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just used my left and I dropped it in, and the thing went even more precise than
Than
I
you
hoped for.
thought.
That and that gave us the cup.
Oh,
That was my proudest moment, having played a
awesome.
huge role in
Yeah.
bringing a major international title back home.
Yeah.
It's something that my kids will always enjoy.
Yeah. Skipper, like for me, I scored, like you said, I scored goals from the national team, scored in my club side as well. But at the World Cup in South Africa,
Mm.
Yeah.
I knew already that was my last
World Cup.
World Cup.
Mm.
I have chances to be in Korea, but it didn't happen.
Mm.
But that one, when I missed that goal,
Yeah.
when I missed that goal,
Yeah.
I think 5 or 6 minutes later, we got a penalty. Then Kaluchi, he scored already the first goal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Then it was like, yak, 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 yak. Give me, let me take it. I was like, never. In my head, I was like, no chance.
You'll never shy
This
away from
World Cup,
responsibility.
I
Yeah.
said, I've scored goals for Nigeria, Nations Cup, I've scored already, club side, I've scored. World Cup, I have to score a goal. And this is my chance to score a goal.
Yeah.
I was like, no, no, no. There's a big pressure, to play the penalty. I push him aside. Put it there. I was nervous inside me. I was like proper nervous. I just missed a golden chance to
Yeah.
score.
Yeah.
And I saw the keeper just move one step.
So what
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at now is that it's like you lost a chance that totally broke you down. Most players will even ask for them to be changed after
Yeah.
that chance.
Yeah.
Now you missed that golden opportunity, and you were burning inside. Oh, I let my country down. I let myself down. And then a penalty comes up, which is even a worse. If you lose that penalty, then Nigerians will just shoot you at the
You
airport.
just crumble.
But instead of crumbling, you had the balls. Forgive me for use this word, to now take
Yeah.
the ball and say, no, 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 no. I go
I'll
correct
take it.
that error when I make before. In fact, my brother, you try.
I must tell you, well, don't worry, we'll get there because I'll also give you my own opinion of what I felt when I watched the goal live because I watched it live. But moving on, what was your fiercest rivalry game then you both lived through in that era? You know how big South Africa was as an opponent then compared to now.
With all due respect to South Africa, for us, South Africa was never a problem. And we proved it by the semifinals when we played 2000 Nations Cup in Lagos. I think that game lasted just 15 minutes, I think. In 15 minutes, Babangida had scored 2 goals, and it was over. And that took us to the final. But the team that was the rivalry for us was Cameroon. Playing
Yeah.
Cameroon and Cote d'Ivoire.
Mm.
And it was for so many reasons. The Cameroon one was more, the rivalry was on the pitch, and
Yeah.
there were also administrative things that were off the pitch, that one doesn't need to get into here. But Cote d'Ivoire at our time was the most professional league in Africa. In fact, at the time, Cote d'Ivoire was paying better wages than Belgium.
Wow.
So if you notice, Nigerian players to go abroad, one of the routes they used to take was Keshi, he goes to Cote d'Ivoire, Yekini to Cote d'Ivoire, Iroha to Cote d'Ivoire, Oliseh to Cote d'Ivoire, may he so rest in peace, Peter Rufai to Cote d'Ivoire, and then from then on, they go to Europe.
Yeah.
That was the rivalry we had then. And we had to go through all those people to win. Like Cote d'Ivoire, we had to beat them in '94
Yeah.
to win the AFCON in the semifinals. So that was the real rivalry for us. Those were the difficult games.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think what it was Cote d'Ivoire, but then it not changed to Ghana.
Mm.
When we play
Oh,
Ghana, Ghana wants to
my brother,
think they're the
my brother,
best.
for that one, I'm still very young. Ghana has been rival to Nigeria before we were born.
Before Ghana,
The Ghana's
Ghana,
rivalry with Nigeria started in 57, 59, I think, when they
so
started playing. So
with Ghana is always a problem for us.
They had the better players, or was it about who had the best
No, no,
jollof?
no. We're not we're better Jollof and still better players than Ghana,
Oh,
no matter
okay.
what.
Yeah.
We're still the Super Eagles.
Even my Ghanaian friends will agree that shoe gets size now. Come on.
Abi.
We're still better than Ghana. Ghana, there's no way Ghana is better than us. The Jollof
Yeah.
rice is our one is spot
Mm.
Our jollof rice,
spot on.
jollof rice, even we are the only country that jollof rice has different varieties.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
Nobody should follow us to argue when it comes to food, though. It has
it's
different
true.
varieties. We have
Yeah.
the
Ghana was tough. Ghana playing against Ghana is always, I have
was tough.
Ghana friend, but they want to win us, but it's football. That's their
Mm.
rival is something. We never change. Ah. But Skipper, you remember with Bonfrey Joe
Mm.
invited me to the national team. 4 hours before game, call my room. Yakubi, today you sit in the tribune and watch and learn. I was like, invite me all the way from
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Israel to sit, not in the bench, sit on the bench. And then Skipper, that's the motivation. I remember it was like 3K. I remember sometimes they will contribute money. The people that played will contribute money and give to us. At the end, I'll go home maybe like 1,005
Yeah.
or 1,007. But then we go with, Skipper, you remember?
Now me they collect the money. Also.
Like they collect the money.
That's why you ask people.
I don't want to call. I don't want to call names. Some people I had to force them to contribute. So
I know you. I know you. Like they need to contribute because
Yeah.
we sit in the tribune.
yeah, but
We come all the
it
way.
was the least I can do. Look, they invite you all
Yeah,
the way from
Israel.
Israel.
Israel. You come to the camp. We are about 20 something. 18 will be on the bench. There are about 4 that will be in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of us, they pay us bonus. It was 1,000 or 3,000 then.
It was three.
Certain games, World Cup was
Yes.
3,000 and
Yeah.
so you get like 3,000 or something. So I will
The
go to
one
the,
is the 1.5. Yeah.
yeah. So if like 18 of us now, then I used to tell them, you know what we do? Everybody, they give you 3,000, bring
Yeah.
200.
Yeah.
So if you I used to collect 200 from everybody and then mix
Yeah.
it together and then divide it to the
Mm.
To the tribune guys, like
you
the
guys in the
tribune
tribune,
guys.
like you guys that were young now. Otherwise, you will come and you go back with nothing.
Yeah, you go back, nothing.
And most of us then, God had blessed us. We were playing it in top clubs. So
Yeah.
what is leaving 200
It
for a
wasn't a big
brother
deal.
who didn't play?
Yeah.
It
Right. So I would like to give you a little story of mine too, leading to the question I would like to ask. Of course, we're going back to the 2010 World Cup miss. I remember then
yeah.
I think I was processing my admission to school then. I missed
Why? So I'm old now too.
you're
You see?
you're
Now
old.
turn by turn. You first finish me, now your turn now. Toyosi, go ahead.
And I remember then I traveled to OAU to write my post UME, and I missed the Spain game where Spain won 1-0. David Villa scored the only goal as at that time. And of course, but before then the miss had already happened, and I was at home then. I was in my neighbor's place watching the game as at that time. And I remember vividly when that miss happened. And just like you, while you were throwing the gum and looking in disbelief, I was also watching in disbelief that how did this happen? Now, there were incidents and of course narratives of the Jabulani ball as at that time that it was not so precise. Players made some complaints that the ball was too there's a way the ball swerves and all that. Did it play a part? Was it the ball, the grass, or was it just destiny? Just try to walk us through it with humor, how you made that
No,
miss.
no, no, no. It was seriously not be the ball, but this one, not be the ball. It's not the
Okay.
ball. I miss it. I miss the ball,
Mm.
because that ball's there. You think one step in my head there. I was like, this ball don't enter goal now.
Yeah.
I don't score already.
Mm-hmm.
Then even Ayela was like this. The
Yeah.
coaches they're like this.
Everybody.
Everybody in the bench, I still see the videos, I still watch the video. I was like, wow, how did I miss it?
Mm-hmm.
My daughter in school, her friends, they sometimes are like, oh, your dad missed that
Yeah.
goal, Abi.
Yeah.
I just smile, but
Mm.
it was tough for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Even when I comment on friends' Instagram, some people just comment there. We never forget you.
Mm-hmm.
Abi, you mean it's
So,
come on,
so
15 years ago.
yeah. Yeah. So how did you
The-
bounce back from such a moment? Like, how have you been able to?
I just ignore them. I just ignore them because there are sometimes I just want to type and reply to them.
Now, you are a player, like I said earlier, 21 goals to the national team. You played up to the UEFA Cup final. That means that you also have this. You also have the UEFA Cup final
Yes,
medal.
yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yes, I do. Yeah,
That is something so great. This was made by my daughter. She put all these things here. That means that my daughter is very proud of me
Yeah.
having gotten to the UEFA final. So that is something great you have done. Further up on that, they asked, man, you helped Nigeria qualify for the 2010 World Cup.
Yeah.
You helped Nigeria qualify for the 2002 World Cup. Even though they robbed you, they didn't take you along. You've done so much great things. I see it in a different way. I have done
Yeah.
my thing in life. You have served. You've done your part.
Yeah.
You cannot please everybody.
Of
If you're
course.
playing for the Super Eagles, especially during our generation, I can vouch for. If you're in the Super Eagles, then it was because you were the best. It's
yeah,
not because anybody politically or economically brought you into the team. It's because you were the best. So to have been the best of 220 million people is not a joke. Everybody wants to be there. I personally think that if you have to live life in what people think about you, especially if you're a successful person, good luck to you. Nobody, let's not deceive ourselves. If you're successful, many people
Yeah.
don't like you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Very true.
Because you have something most people want to have. It's like a man who's rich and thinking I'm spending money around. People love me. No. Wait till the day you go to trouble. You know, see PDD.
99 good, one bad.
But
Let's debate this out now. I want our imaginations to go wild. If you had scored that goal versus South Korea, do you think Nigeria would have gone on a very good run at the World Cup?
In football, you never know what's gonna happen, but
Yeah.
it happens.
it's only losers who dwell in the past. That's my own
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
You use the past to learn, so you know what not to do again in the future.
Yeah.
But to always think about it, you can't change the past.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we can change tomorrow. That is the one we can do. So
You wanted to say
Skipper,
something?
you think? Yeah, Skipper, you think? Back then when we played together, you think you miss like, oh, I should have done this back then when you were playing in the Super Eagles. Or there's some stuff you think, oh, maybe I overstep,
Hmm.
I overstep my boundary, not to push too much, or I should have do this for the players, for the team.
I have thought about this a lot, especially
Okay.
after 2002. You have sabotaged me here. You have revealed my secrets now that I used to fight so that the team. I used to make sure the players were their best. Blah blah blah. But in that line, sometimes I ask myself. I think I try to help everybody too much. I think I should have been a bit more egoistic.
Okay.
I think I should have been more selfish. That is where I blame myself because I really wanted Nigeria to succeed too much. But when I see the benefits it's bringing me now, the benefits it's brought my family, my
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Let me share one thing with you. My nieces were going to Nigeria 4 months ago. They were flying from London to Lagos.
Okay.
They bought tickets. They bought economy. When they were checking in, and then they gave their cards, and then they looked at her and they said, "Oliseh, are you related to Sound Oliseh?"
Sunday, listen.
And they said, and then he said, "Yeah, he's our uncle." Something like that. Huh? They took the ticket, put it on the side. They checked on other people. Then they called them and they said, no, you have been upgraded to business class. When they came, they said, once again, because of you. And I told them, I said, you people are lying. You must have bribed something. They said, no. They said,
Yeah,
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh wow.
when things like that happen, you say to yourself, the greatest thing that happened to me was serving Nigeria and
Yeah.
doing it selflessly the way I did.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying. Sometimes it comes to mind.
Yeah, very true. So, well, it's your turn now to shade Skipo, So, what's one mishap from Sunday's career you would like to roast him for, And I don't want you to hold back.
oh wow, there's a lot.
Ooh, I don't go.
You go
I don't
ahead.
go. I don't
You
go.
have the floor.
Help me, help.
There's a lot. No, No, when it comes to Skipper, seriously, he was a leader and he
Yeah.
was a captain. And I think for me, my personal view, I think he make decision without telling anyone from the team.
Okay.
He just goes straight. This is what we want. Skip, I don't know if I'm wrong.
Mm.
You before you even call the other players, you've already fight for the players already
Yeah.
behind our back. But when it comes to like what?
Because they come to my room first.
Yeah.
It looks like your room is the most popular
Yeah,
room.
because they will come to my room first to tell me this is what we want to do against your players. I have to defend you first.
but for Skippo, I can't bash. There's nothing to bash for it because he was a captain.
Yeah.
He's a leader. He fights for everyone. I always say he's one of the best captain I've ever seen
Oh,
Mm.
thank you.
because if you ask anyone, I say, Skippo, my captain,
Yeah.
because the way to the national team, after the national team, he's still the same. He's a straightforward guy, he's
Yeah.
not going corners
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
please you. You see him now, when it comes to training, he always on meal. Like,
Mm.
he's like, come on,
Mhm.
we have to. When we joke outside, but when it
Yeah.
comes to that pitch, he wants to
Serious
win. He's a
business.
winner.
Yeah.
But look at what you became now. You became one of the most feared strikers in the Premier League.
Yeah, because I play with you guys now. When you play with men, you play with men, they push you
Yeah.
to become who you be today,
Yeah. And do you have anything, Skipo, to bash Yakubu? I don't want you to hold back too as well.
I don't know if this one is a bash. It was the kind of celebration he celebrated. There were sometimes the defenders will run into him, they will fall.
Yeah.
And then him, instead of finishing quickly, he would take his time to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would do that his celebration.
Yes, this stuff.
But that celebration, Steven Pienaar, I bring that celebration.
The South
From South
African.
Africa.
South Africa, he speak broken just like we.
Yeah.
Mm.
He love watching Nigerian movie.
Okay.
So he watch one Nigerian movie. This man called Osofo in England, Osofo in
Or
London,
Sophia in London.
Sophia in London. Yes, he watch him. He say watch him. The way the man they dance, those this.
Yes,
He
the
can
Igbo
say,
dance.
bro, so Debo dance,
Yeah,
yeah. He can
exactly.
say, bro, so if you score tomorrow, make you do this dance, That was
Oh,
like I say,
yeah.
okay, yeah, I'll do it today. The next day, I score. Then I do the celebration. There's one game we scored. He was doing it as well too with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing it as well because he told me, said, do it. Then from
Mm.
that day became my
Your
I
celebration.
know
celebration.
If
it
I
Yeah.
went
score,
it went
yeah,
viral. But on a serious note,
Yeah.
I just thought of something. I just thought of something I can attack Yakubu for. There were certain midfielders in the team. They didn't like passing the ball to Yakubu.
yeah.
So that
And
means Yakubu
was
will
there
make,
a reason for that?
he knows himself.
I don't.
So the thing there is that he will make runs. Please, no calling him out. So he will make runs. He will make runs, and the balls will not come to him. And it was taking away scoring chances for him in training sessions and sometimes in games. I was seeing it happening in the midfield. I just went to the guys and I told them, I said, Bobs, you need to stop this thing now.
Yeah.
And it was not only the Yak that was suffering it. There was also
Julius too.
there,
Julius.
there was Julius, and there was also Agali who was suffering it.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah. So why you not talking? Why you do wait for me to talk? you see now that I see many things. My criticism to you was this. Then although I never came to you to say it because you were a young guy, and I just felt okay. I will fight on your behalf.
Yeah.
So like to say no, Bobs. I know the boys are young, but if they ask for ball, boy, play and quick now, because play and quick, the chance when he create go close. But I felt that he should have had enough guts then to himself explode on the pitch.
Yeah, bros, mate. We just come into the team. You want to settle down with the team.
Even Taribo joined me fight for you guys.
Yeah.
Even Taribo West also took it and said no. He also was saying it. I said no.
I was saying it, yeah.
If any young player is watching this, you are going to make it. You have to show personality. You have to work hard, though, but you have to show personality.
Yeah, when you see some of the present players, they don't fit pass.
Mm.
If you pass the ball from here to diagonal to the other side, diagonal
Mm.
to the other side, so not get them. You know, go fit force them.
No, my
You know,
brother,
but
you know what? I ask you one question, my brother.
yes.
Waiting then they do for training.
What did they do for training?
Because that pass, Amando born me with them. I grew up, come
You had
begin
to
to
learn
train
it.
them. They learn them, they work hard on them. So them now, waiting then they do for training. If training finish, you just take a shower, put your hair cream, they carry iPhone. No. Training
Yes,
finish, you go stay pitch, you go stay pitch 30 minutes longer. Do your own thing.
it depends on the player if you want to be there.
Mm.
I did lucky to play with these people. I see their mentality. I learned from them. I push myself. If somebody push me the way I push myself, I think I will play Real Madrid.
Mm.
I was the one doing it all by myself.
Yeah.
Family, I get family, but they never. I'm telling you today, like I get someone from behind, like you must
To
push.
sponsor you and push you.
I was the one.
That family own, you are your own. This is why I respect every Nigerian player that has a big name. I respect them like hell.
Yeah.
Why? Because there is none of us when succeed. When go tell you say, now my family push me. Everybody that you see, we are the ones
For
that
yourself.
now
For
you carry
yourself.
now you carry the whole family. So
Yeah.
so
For
when
yourself.
so I can give you names, be it Taribo, be it JJ, be it you, be it Tijani Babangida. They are the ones, you are the ones that carry your family. Every member
Yeah.
of a family that comes afterwards, you have made the
It's for
foundation.
the
Yeah.
It's
The,
easy to
the
jump now.
platform. Yeah.
The platform is there. It's easy to jump. You have to bring something to the table that many people are not bringing.
Yeah.
But you also have to be lucky to perform during clutch moments.
Yeah.
You know, there are some players during World Cup, you go there injured, you know, go miss World Cup.
yes.
Or during Nations Cup, you go there injured or you there out of form. But there are
Yeah.
certain players say every major
Tournament, they are very good. They're very
Yeah.
good.
they are performing. They are playing well in their clubs, so they're already doing great. But
But
when
not
they
like
come,
this.
but when they
Yeah.
go to national team major tournaments, you play well.
They just
And because you play well, the big clubs will now say, if he can perform at this level, he has to
yeah.
come.
To take it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what really, really, I think was my own secret, because 94 World Cup, I was blessed to do well. Nations
Yeah.
Cup, I was blessed to do well. 96 Olympics, I did well. 98 World Cup, we did well. So 98 World Cup, that's when Juventus decided they were going to buy me.
Okay.
It was after 96 that Ajax also said we're going to buy him. And then if you look at Dortmund, it was after, Dortmund was due to Juventus and Ajax. And
Okay.
I got there. So you see,
People, you see, how do you feel when you didn't go to the World Cup? Sad.
when I didn't go to the 2002 World Cup, in my whole lifetime, I never felt more betrayed than that moment. Because like you rightfully said earlier on, there is barely anything I was fighting for that was for me. It was more for the team.
Yeah.
You took part in the qualifiers.
Yeah.
You knew how hard we worked to get our qualification. The qualification started with the Minister of Sports and our coach, Bonfrejo, having a public war that affected the team. We drew some games, even lost a game at Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone 1-0.
And I remember that game we had to play because there was military all around. We were even afraid of the rebels.
We go through
Helicopter to cross that big water,
Because
It was,
for Freetown, yeah.
we
I
didn't
still
know
remember.
we didn't know if they would shoot down the helicopter self, because then they
Nine
had,
players. 9 players in the helicopter.
we had
to fly.
rebels. You remember they had the rebels then, no?
Yes.
And Nigeria was one controlling, and they were telling us that if should the rebels take over the Super Eagles and kidnap us, the war was over. So the security had to be, it was really, really wild then. So we did all those sacrifices for us to qualify. And eventually we got to act together with Keshi, Shuagu, and Coach Rico.
Very cool.
And myself, four of us, we were communicating so much on how to get the team. And eventually we were able to qualify the team. Now, when the so-called Aiyegbeni came and orchestrated with the, may so rest in peace, the former minister and everything, and they did all that thing to scatter the team.
Yeah.
And they got what they wanted to do. That hurt me a lot. It hurt me not because of what they did. It hurt me because our colleagues joined them in doing it. Because it will never have worked. Because you were in camp. Now, our agreement was that we do everything possible. If they drop, all these people will not agree.
No agree, yes.
At the end of the day, people like you, Babangida, everybody who worked hard, took that risk in Sierra Leone, everything to qualify. They did not let them go to the World Cup.
Wow.
The players who went to the World Cup, most of them not even play one qualifier.
Yes.
It is never done anywhere. It was the utmost betrayal. And that was where the destruction of the Super Eagles started.
Mm.
There was no handover. It was
Yeah.
the destruction of the Super Eagles.
People in training in London, sorry to cut, in training in London,
Sorry.
the training in London was Onigbide, the coach. You see him with pause, you know those pause, you put pause. The coach, you put pause for a hand like this. He's asking me, what position do you play?
Oh my God.
Me, where I qualify Nigeria for World
World
Cup.
My
Cup.
God Almighty.
Go Sudan, score 2 goals when nobody believe we will win there. Score 2 goals. Julius Agawa 1, JJ 1, 4 for
4-0.
Sudan. It was hot. In training, I would train for only 5 minutes. Training is done. I know already no chance I'll go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
They
No,
just put me at the side.
the betrayal was too bad. It was too bad in the sense that not only was I the one betrayed, you were betrayed. Agali was betrayed. Agali scored the most important goal, qualifier,
Agali scored, yeah.
against Ghana, you remember? Barely 2 minutes into the game, bam, it was 1-0. But I'm happy you were still able to go to the World Cup because to do all that and then have a career without the World Cup after qualifying would have been
Very sad.
If not, should I be 2 World Cup now? 2. I only wait 1.
my brother. Sometimes person need to they count waiting he gets, not waiting he lose.
Well,
All right, let's look ahead. The future of Nigerian football now. How do we fix this qualifying mess and make sure Nigeria is at the 2026 World Cup? Or we should just forget it that there's all hope is lost.
you say 2026?
Yeah.
I tell you what to talk about after 2026.
Come on. Come on. We're still in it. Come November, we're still going to play 2 more games.
Man, for me, I think it will be very, very difficult, because South Africa they're on 17, Nigeria
Yeah.
they're on 11
11.
point or so.
Yeah.
Then
Benin
Benin
Republic
is
is on
on
14.
14.
Yeah.
But you see, I follow this.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Nigeria, so I want the best for Nigeria, but I think it will be
My
very
brother, there's
difficult.
one thing again. Oh, there's another thing with 11 too.
Yeah.
Uh,
The best second best place qualifiers.
No, we are joint third.
Yes, with Rwanda.
Rwanda,
Rwanda has 11
Yes.
points like us.
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Lesotho, they're not having
No,
a point.
Lesotho has 6.
Lesotho,
I think
they're
Lesotho, they have
6 or
6.
3
So they're
or
out
so,
of
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
so.
6.
They're out of it.
Yeah.
But Rwanda has 11 points like us. So that means at the moment, it's not as if we are just the only ones that are second.
Yeah.
Because we have not even gotten to the second position already. It is not looking bright. At one moment, we have to stop using our green, white, green calculator and just leave it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just
We love to like
We love to
if
calculate.
Rwanda if South Africa lose, Benin lose, if we win, then we get to this point, they'll drop points.
Yeah.
Be hard.
Okay. If we're speaking of experts, you guys are obviously experts. If Yakubu and Oliseh were co-managers, what's the first funny but strict rule you'll put in place for the squad?
Yeah, I don't want to be a coach. He's the coach. He's the coach. He's the coach.
Just a scenario.
well,
He's the coach.
it's not a question of, okay, since you are pushing it to my head, I will answer. It's not a question of a strict rule. It's a question of the fact that I will just implement what is being implemented in the top clubs. Okay. When you come into the national team and you do anything to do with social media, I send you back home. It's not an entertainment sport. It's a World Cup qualifier. If you come late to the national team, when your club releases you on Saturday and you come to the national team on Tuesday, you don't play. Because you only have 2 days to organize yourself.
They used to do it then back then. Yeah, if you come late, you're like, no.
You remember, no? If you come late during our time, good luck to you. You won't play.
Yeah. There's one who's coming late. Yeah.
He was
never play
at
on the bench.
And then eventually he says, Skippo, they don't like me. Skippo can't camp on Sunday night. You come on Tuesday. And Skippo they play big club. And your club they smaller. Skippo come earlier. If they work, you won't come Tuesday play.
No chance.
Who can't be the fool? Who you insult? And who stay?
No chance.
When you watch for bench 2 times, you go learn. So that's how it's working. So for that reason, I think there has to be a total overhaul. Because okay, let me give you an example. Look at Senegal.
Yeah.
Is anybody looking at what Senegal has been doing for the past now? They started it in 2000, 25 years. They started the revolution.
And they've been consistent.
That's when they started it. And since then, they've grown consistently, and look at what they've become. For me, they are the most consistent and improved national team
National team.
in the whole of
national
Africa.
team.
And then to
Yeah.
top it
Very,
now,
very.
to top it, the government now gave them a world-class stadium.
Yeah.
So you see, it's coming from both sides, coming from the administration, and it's also coming from the players.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
one
like
thing
that.
I've noticed from the Senegalese team, they've also made room for even young talents to come into the setup and flourish. You have the likes of Sa, you have Elimani Diaye too has also come into that squad, settled in so well and doing well for the national team. So Yak, what's one piece of advice from your careers that today's players desperately need to hear?
It's hard work. It's hard work and dedication. When you come, whatever you want to be in life, it's not all about your football, you're a businessman, you're a lawyer, you're this. You put in the work.
The advice I would give them is that they have to think about after football. And the only way you can think about after football is leaving a legacy behind. You have to do something that people will always remember you for.
You're right.
All right,
You're
one
right.
word each. One word each. Past, present, and the future of Nigerian football. What comes to mind? Anything.
One word. I was very lucky to play for Nigerian national team. Very lucky. It's a privilege to play there.
And Skippo.
Optimism.
Mm.
I am very optimistic. It might sound strange to most people, but I am optimistic.
All right. Thank you very much. This was awesome, personally, for me, myself. Thank you to our listeners and our viewers for watching this particular episode. We'll be here next week or next episode, definitely, to give you something even more interesting. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And see you in the next video.